Awake, son of Assyria.
A name that has echoed through empires, now heard once again in the world's greatest game. Assyria, the work of my hand! This is the prophecy we are seeing made manifest today!
We are Assyria. We are indomitable.
Hello, my name is Joseph Pirayou. I want to welcome you to today's program in the beginning, Ashur. As always, thank you for spending time watching this program. Also, you can catch Assyria TV on Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, also AssyriaTV.com. You can see more than 5,000, close to 6,000 videos. And it's being live streamed on Assyria TV and AGN TV. All right, today's program. The title is called Conflict of Interest. Is it a conflict of interest? So what do I mean by saying conflict of interest? Well, to start, there is a situation going on in Iran about a month or so ago. I don't know exactly when it started, but there have been demonstrations in many cities, capital city and other cities in Iran. And apparently it's regarding the economy, regarding inflation. But one thing that I remember, my family we left Iran 1978. So regarding the inflation, the value of money of Iranian money, they call it riyal or toman. Back in 1978, can we show that 1978, the value of money in Iran compared to dollar? Can we show that, the dollar amount? The first one. 1 second, okay. So in 1978, before the Islamic Revolution, as you can see, the Iranian rial was pegged at roughly 70 to 75 rials per US dollars. Like in Iran, they say 7 toman or 7.5 toman. And it held steady from 1977-78, but the currency rapidly devalued after the revolution due to political instability and capital flight. Now, revolution started in February 1979. So as you can see, it was stable, fixed rate, pre-revolutionary monarchy. Then the other photo we have, it says about post-revolution. It says after the 1979 revolution, this rate quickly changed as the real depreciated significantly with capital flight estimated in tens of billions of dollars. A lot of people left Iran, including Ashuri, and they took their money with them. United States, Canada, Europe, Australia. So this money was gone. And the value of Riyal or Toman was like devalued. Now, as of today, remember, $1 was equal to 75 Riyals. Now, today, can we show the today's exchange rate? This is today, Wednesday, January 28th. Okay? Yesterday, it was 1.598, 1,598,000 Riyals for a dollar. Today is 1.615 1.614, 1,614,000. It changed in one day 5.35%. So the dollar that when we left Iran, my parents, our family, when we left Iran, was at 75 rial. Now it's 1.6 million rial. So I think this is one of the reasons that the money being devalued, people have no power to buy things. I just have minimum information regarding that. My family, we left Iran before revolution. So after revolution happened and how people are living there, I don't have a personal experience. I have heard from other people from what is going on nowadays, but apparently there's issue with water, there is issue with electricity, uh, jobs, people like just so much is happening. And the country, I believe the population is about 80 to 90 million people. And with, excuse me, and another thing with these demonstrations that are happening all over the cities in Iran, estimate, I've seen videos on Facebook, TikTok, whatever that they have. I haven't seen, honestly, I don't follow the US media as much, but from what I followed past few days, they're not sharing any information, like showing any videos, anything like that in the United States media. I don't know why. But from the estimate that they have that has happened over a month and a half or so ago, during this time, 50,000 have been killed. That's the estimate that they're giving. I don't know how true that number is, but they are running out of body bags apparently to put these people, and they put these bodies in a warehouse, and they tell the family, okay, go find your child, go find your daughter, and they have to go unzip, look, oh, that's not my baby, go to another one, unzip, look. So this is the situation that is going on in Iran, and according to the estimate, over 100,000 have been injured. Another thing that they're talking about is that these uh, government security forces, whatever it's called, they even go into hospitals and the injured, they take them out, they kill them. They, so many things are being said. As I said, I'm not a journalist to verify these things. Just that what the information is out there, and apparently what the government has done is has gone and they have hired mercenaries from outside of the country, because let's say in a small town they call the police to go uh, against the demonstrators. Mostly they are family members, people that they know, so they cannot just go shoot them. They say, hey, these are our family, they just demonstrate, why should we do this? So they got mercenaries from outside, non-Iranian, that they don't really care about the people and they just shoot and kill. So this is the story that is going on. It's very sad. One video that really tore my heart was there was this 8, 9 year old girl holding a birthday cake to her brother. They're celebrating. It's a home video. Next thing, the video changes, and the girl is holding a birthday cake. I think it's like 2, 3 years later that she's holding the birthday cake on his grave. He was one of the people that was killed. It was like tearing your heart, just seeing this. Also, there are many people that they say, no, you cannot put us down, kill our spirit, even though we have killed our family members. There are videos of these mothers, their sisters, wives by the grave, or their sons, husbands, brothers, that they're crying and dancing at the same time as a celebration. They say, even though you killed my brother, my son, my husband, we are not going down. So these are the things that is happening. Issue is not the program that I'm doing today. It's not that if Islamic Republic is right or wrong, or Shah should come back, or this. That's not the program today. This is from what I know what is happening. And as I said, not much of it is being covered in the US media. Now, one thing is that uh, uh, caught my attention was a flyer that was shared on Facebook. Can we show that flyer? That was appreciation of people that participated in the demonstration, and it just caught my attention. So I started looking at the videos that were shared regarding this gathering. It says to all Assyrian Iranians from Turlock. Turlock is a small town. It's an old town, but it's a small town in central California. We have many Ashuris that they live there. I mean, we're talking about Ashuris that they went to Turlock in 1920s, 1930s, when the Seifu massacres of our people started by the Turks and Kurds. Somehow they managed to move to United States, Yonkers, Connecticut, and somehow they ended up in Turlock, and we have people in there that been there for like generations. And there's a thank you for these Assyrians that have supporting Iranian protesters against the Islamic Republic regime, and they have our flag and the flag of former regime of Shah with the lion and the sword and the sun and everything. So why this caught my attention, and basically the program that I'm doing is about like, is this a conflict of interest? Why would I say that? Because when I saw this, then there was another photo that was really great. The demonstration that was in Turlock, then there was demonstrations in San Jose, and I believe in San Francisco. The one in San Jose, this photo, my cousin took this photo and put it on Facebook of this Ashuri brother that is holding our flag among all these Iranian protesters that they had. The Iranian flag, I believe there were a couple of Israeli flags in there too. So the support that our Iranian, our Ashuri brothers and sisters are giving, and I was looking at some of the videos, and they were some patriotic songs that they were singing. And I remember these songs from heart. This is before when we came to United States. And when you're young, you just sing, whatever the word is, you just sing it and you say, yeah. And then I paid attention. Now I'm much older now. I've been out of this country around 47 plus years now. And I was listening to the lyrics. The song is A Iran, and it's in Farsi. And there were two parts that it just clicked with me, and I started thinking. And let me say it in Farsi. Maybe I can translate it in English to give the uh, meaning that I'm trying to communicate with you. One of the lyrics, it says جان من فدای خاک پاک میهنم, like my life sacrifice for my the pure the earth of my uh, homeland, vatan mihan, my home. The other one that caught my attention too, it says, what value has my life if I sacrifice it? Let me say it Farsi. در راه تو چه ارزشی دارد این جان ما. Like, for your sake, what value has my life? It's like, I give you my life, Iran. So I was like listening to the songs being sang by, actually some Ashuris. And I was thinking, Joseph, do you feel Iran is your watan? Is it your home? Because we have Ashuri from Iran. Okay, I'm Ashuri from Iran too. I was born in Tehran, and I couldn't connect. I was thinking, Joseph, why not? You were born there. People tell Joseph, you're born in Iran. Why you don't? And I'm like, I don't know. We left Iran 1978 before the revolution. Actually, the date that we left was the day after a massacre that happened, I think, Meidun Jale Square. It was 17 Shahrivar, 17th of Shahrivar. So when we left, it was the day after, and we had no idea what had happened. We had gathered at my aunt's house, and we had martial law for the first the 2 3 days before we left, and we never knew what is a martial law. Oh, you cannot go out after the dark. Okay. And nobody really, I mean, not us, maybe other people knew what was happening, but we didn't really realize what is going on. And we were immigrating the day after that massacre that happened in Meidunajale. It was 9 of us. It was me, my father, my mother, my grandparents. That's five. Then my uncle, his wife, and kids. That's 9 people. So 9 of us, we were immigrating to United States. We came to Los Angeles. When we went the next day to the airport was shut, but the connecting flights were allowed, and our flight was a connecting flight from Islamabad, Tehran, London. And it was delayed, and we missed the flight that connected us from London to LA. We stayed overnight. They took us to a hotel. They paid for food, this and that. 9 people. You should have seen my grandparents. They gave us a room. I spent it with my grandparents. Experience I'll never forget. Was so blessed. But we spent the night. We took the flight. Next flight that was available. We came to LA. We still don't know what's going on. When we come to LA, my aunt, my cousin, they were so frustrated. Like, we missed the flight. We didn't know we missed the flight. You don't know what's happening in Iran. I said, like, what do you mean what's happening in Iran? We just came. It was a martial law. They said you don't know. Then once we settled in the house and they turned on the TV, they were showing these tanks in the streets, fire, tires burning, people shouting, running back and forth. I was like a movie. I was like, cuz, what's going on? He says, this is your Tehran. So my experience was when we left, I didn't feel like I was leaving home, because that's my personal experience. Not everybody has it, but when I was thinking like Vatan, homeland, singing that song, like Joseph, you don't have that feeling, because, well, my father was born in Ukraine. Why? Because his father had to leave, run away, take his, I don't know if they were married or not, but he had to leave along with my grandma to go with the Russian army. And that's where my father, my uncles and aunts, that's where they were born. They had to leave. So my father wasn't Iranian homeland. I mean, he loved USSR because he grew up there, But the thing was that we are Ashuri. Grandpa, born in Urmi, had to take off, go to Russia, Soviet Union. His kids born there. Then they had to come back because they didn't want to live under a communist regime. They come to Hamadan, then to Tehran, eventually leave again. Because my aunt was in LA, she said, life is better here. We can legally get you here. The moment we arrived in LAX, Los Angeles Airport, when we got off the airplane, before visiting our family that came to visit us, we got our green card. It was that, situation with us that we had immigrated. So the life that happened after revolution, I don't have a personal experience. But one thing I do remember, that when we came to LA, stayed there a few months, then we went to Turlag. My parents bought a house, and my grandparents lived with us for a few months. Then my uncle came to Turlag, and they moved in with him. That time that we were together, I remember the very first time my grandfather, we went to a supermarket. We go there, we enter, and, we have the shopping, this and that. Then I look at my grandfather, and there are tears in his eye. I said, Grandpa, Baba Khaja, why are you crying? And he's saying, look at that. Perdesa, this is paradise. This is heaven. I said, what do you mean it's heaven? It's a supermarket. He said, no, you haven't experienced what I had experienced back in Tehran, or the city that Hamadan, wherever they lived, and then they came to Tehran. He said, when I used to go to the grocery store, they would say, don't touch, you're unclean. Monsieur, they used to call my grandfather Monsieur, my grandmother Madame. And this wasn't a term of respect. Monsieur, that means a pimp. This is before the revolution. That's what I'm trying to communicate. Vatan, what is Vatan, Joseph, to you? Iran wasn't a Vatan to me. Don't misunderstand. The situation that is going on in Iran is very sad. These people are paying the price with their lives. That's not the point here. The Vatan part, when I saw that flag gatherings, support for Iran, all of these. Like I was looking at myself like, Grandpa, why are you crying? He said, here, nobody's telling you what to touch, not to touch. If I want to buy this meat, they're not going to tell me, no, you should buy this meat because nobody else is buying it. Then you're Christian. Monsieur, madame, monsieur, madame. And my grandpa, thank God, the last year of his life when he came to the United States, 1979, 1978, September, he passed away January 1980. For a year and 4 months, he was in heaven. Iran was never his watan because of the way he was treated. And that's before the revolution. I was thinking maybe that's why that trickled down to me, because I have a lot of friends, a lot of family members that they love Iran, which is their choice. And you see them going to these demonstrations, singing these songs, Vatan, Vatan, Vatan. And, it's good to have a purpose. They love it. It's great, beautiful, taking our flags. And I was like, the flag, this is our flag, right? Are Iraqi people supporting this? Are our brothers and sisters in Syria, in Turkey? Now we are spread all over the world. The Assyrians, Ashuri in Australia, Europe, America. How many, when they see this flag, say, is this representing me? But the part that got to me was the part says Vatan, homeland. I care. What do I care? Then I saw this recent post by Sabina Dawood, and I just want to share what she has written. This is her post on Facebook. Sabina Dawood is an Assyrian activist, and there is a Ituti Institute in our homeland that they are helping our younger generation schooling and learning, and a lot of good things that is happening through that Ituti Institute. So this is her post. I'm just going to go through that. It says, Assyrian current situation in Khabour calls for prayer, humanitarian aid, wisdom, unity, responsibility, and organized actions. Can we have the next one? Just going to go over what she's written. Next one is, before 2011, nearly 20,000 Assyrians lived in Khabour. Today, we have fewer than 700 remaining. Next. The Assyrians are indigenous to Mesopotamia, including parts of modern-day Syria. Now, the Assyrians of Khabour are largely descendants of survivors of 1915-1933 genocide. And we have a book, I don't have it handy here, Maurice Schumann, that he wrote about the Assyrian tragedy. This is the part that our people had to leave their homes and they ended up in Khabour. Anyway, next we have, excuse me, this is a highly sensitive reality. Silence has never protected us, but neither have uncalculated statements or unverified information. Our priority must be the safety, dignity, and survival of our people in Khabour. So this is the part that I'm trying to get to. It says silence has never protected us. So we see with our people that are in Turlock in San Jose for the cause of Iran, gathering and demonstrating, and they are supporting and the people of Iran against the regime and this and that. The silence that we have now regarding our people. I just want to compare that. It says, how can we support and stand with Khabour? Next. Says decades of persecution, forced displacement, armed conflict, kidnappings, killings, village destruction, violence, including ISIS attacks, have steadily reduced Assyrian life along the Khabour. All of these that she's mentioning, persecution, forced displacement, armed conflict, kidnappings. Do you remember the 300 that they were kidnapped? The first 3, they were shot live. They showed them. And they said, we're going to shoot more if you don't give us money, ISIS. Village destruction, violence, as I mentioned, the ISIS attacks. What is Vatan? What is home? What is kin? Are these people our brothers and sisters as Vatan family? Are we connecting with them the way that our brothers and sisters have demonstrated, joined the demonstrations in Iran and calling it Vatan. It's just a question, like conflict of interest, supporting a group that, well, let me finish this. It says, today, once again, Assyrians and Khabour face an existential threat and profound uncertainty remaining in the region as they await an unknown future. And next one is so it says Assyrian worldwide dedicate this Ba'ut Nineveh, the repentance of the Ninevites through prayer, fasting, and repentance to our people in Khabour. When I read that, I said, "You dummy! I forgot. Ba'ut Nineveh. It started Monday, so this is one of the days that is directly related to the Ashuris only." And I forgot. Like, we don't honor it the way it's supposed to be. This is not a Christian. It's in the Bible, but this is not a Christian situation. This is pre-Christ. This is a national. And since, fault is on me. I was like, oh, this is Bauten and Baya. And today's Wednesday. Today's the last day. It's not that I'm doing the 3 days fasting, but just remembering and honoring, my culture. So shame on me. I was like, Joseph, man, come on. Anyway, Assyrian political parties, churches, youth groups, and humanitarian organizations in Syria must strengthen communication, coordination, and careful planning and organize themselves and their actions effectively. It's a very good suggestion. How are we going to do it? It's good to have a plan and act on it. These are great suggestions, right? So something is happening in Syria. I just found out something is happening. Amshili. Did I say it right? Amshili. It's our people, and this is being done under the Kurds. Last program, when we had this Kurds raising this monument for the Simele, then the other side there, what's going on, right? What is Vatan? I think we have another last one photo. So Khabour Varidet Kheye. Khabour, the vein of life, is taken from a song by our dear Ashur Betserges. He wrote that 1995. All right. Just wanted to share that. It's great. Our Ashuri people supporting Iran, what is going on there. They say they are anti-government. They want the change that happened. Let's say change happens or change does not happen. If change happens, what is the benefit we get? If it does not happen, what is the benefit we get or no benefit? Iran is a country that has many minorities. Majority of Iranians are Persians. Then we have, I have to read this, that's a big list. We have Azerbaijanis, we have Kurds, we have Baluch, we have Arabs, we have Turkmen, which is different than Turks. We have the Gilakis, Mazandaranis, Lor. I used to think Loraye and Kordaye are the same, but they are different. They say they are different. They look the same to me. Then at the end, the minorities, we have Armenians and, says Assyrian Ashur. So regardless what happens to Iran, Iran is Iran for Iranian. The ethnic groups, whatever they are, right now, the killings that are happening in Iran, there are Baluchi dying, there are Arabs dying, there are Turks dying, Kurds dying, all these minority groups from different cities that they are giving martyrs for the sake of the revolution that they want to do against the revolution that happened in 1979. Right? At the end, we will not get anything. Are we? Good. You feel like it's your Vatan support, but at the same time, sharing what is happening in Syria, Khabour, Amshli, all these things. But one thing at the end, There are so many things going on, but it's just sharing how you feel. That's I was sharing. I don't feel like this is my baton. If it's going to be under Islamic revolution or becomes uh, whatever they say Reza Shah is coming to do, whatever it's going to become, kingdom or whatever. It's not my baton, and I'm not considered specifically because that's Iran, the land for themselves, but we have a land. We have a future. When? I don't know. Can we show this brother with our flag? This is the end of the program. At the end, Khaya, this gentleman, when he puts our flag over there, we are still here. Iran, you want support? We give it to you. How much is going to work? I don't know. But our people, we have our flag. We are still here. We are not going anywhere. I wish we could do more for our own people, and we will do as time goes by. However, we are here. Khaya Ashur, blessed be Ashur, the work of God's hand. Thank you. I'll see you next program. Bye bye.
شيخاني